You ever get tired of being nice? You ever want to go completely berserk? Well, you're not alone, since there are a ton of examples of anime protagonists completely losing their minds. Sometimes in battle and sometimes in situations that are less appropriate. Everything from bouts of battle rage to unintended transformations, there are plenty of awesome berserker moments in anime. So let's take a look at some of the coolest. Oh, and fair warning, there may be some spoilers ahead. Starting off, we have one of the most surprising transformations to come out of the Dragon Ball franchise, aside from the Super Saiyan one, of course. We're talking about Goku's Great Ape form. After being captured by Emperor Pilaf and his gang, Goku and friends seem to have no chance of escaping. That is until Goku looked at the full moon. Goku turned into a giant ape. This transformation was so massive that it helped Goku and his friends escape. Unfortunately, Goku also went completely bonkers. Goku destroyed everything in sight. This wasn't the only time Goku would transform either, since he did the same thing in his match against Jackie Chun. Ryuko Matoi of Kill la Kill has always been something of a hothead, so it came as no surprise that she turned into a berserker monster when she finally found the person who took the life of her father. Upon learning that Nue Hajime had done the evil deed, Ryuko's blood began to boil. Literally, her blood became too hot for Senketsu to handle, resulting in a monstrous berserker transformation. Just look at that transformation. It's impossible to see Ryuko under all that life fiber rage. Not to mention it's pretty disturbing looking, serving as a manifestation of her rage. This form was also much more powerful and dangerous, both to those around her and to herself. Next up, we have one of the most awesome battle moments in all of My Hero Academia. The protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, is known for going a bit overboard when it comes to the limits of his abilities. Despite knowing that overusing One for All will cause his bones to break, Izuku always jumps into a situation where he can protect someone. Deku's brittle body didn't stop him from stepping in, as supervillain Muscular, whose power is kinda gross, threatened Koda, which resulted in an awesome battle. Deku broke out the big guns when he brought out his 1,000,000% Delaware Smash, a move that is completely bonkers in how absurdly powerful it was, dealing an epic punch to Muscular that knocked him right the heck out.
Man, that thing is crazy.
If you've ever wondered what the title of Mob Psycho 100 meant, it more or less refers to the power of the main character, Shigeo Kageyama, whose psychic abilities become out of control if his emotional level reaches 100%. As such, Shigeo, whose name is Mob, keeps his emotions in check, acting rather monotonous throughout most of the series. However, Mob's still human, and as such, he's unleashed the psychic beast on a number of occasions, with each occurrence being a result of a different emotion reaching 100%. As tragic and devastating as it is that someone as kind and caring as Mob can get pushed to the brink of 100% sadness or anger, there's no denying how epic the results can be, as the character's psychic power goes completely berserk, the animation style changing to a sketchy, bursting blast of fury and explosive action. In every occurrence where Mob has lost control, it's not hard to see why the show is called Mob Psycho 100. We're still not over Kamina's passing in Gurren Lagann, since it stands as one of the most devastating moments in all of anime. Perhaps the most devastating part about it was that the viewers were essentially forced to watch the character pass away twice. The first time being in the middle of the fight, and the second coming at the end of the fight as Kamina used up the last of his energy to help Simon finish the battle. The power that these two unleashed in the final moments of the battle was insane, since they unleashed the Giga Drill Break upon the Beastman General. It was in this moment that we learned just how powerful Kamina's fighting spirit was, even in his final moments of life. The moment was as awesome as it was devastating. But that pretty much sums up Gurren Lagann in a nutshell. It's a series of breathtakingly epic, fist-pumping moments and heartbreaking, devastating feels all at the same time. Is it a cliche at this point for a fire-powered character to have a temper? Probably, but that doesn't stop us from enjoying this epic moment from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood any less. We're of course talking about the time that Roy Mustang completely lost it and burned Envy to a crisp with his flame alchemy. Mustang was justified in his anger, since Envy revealed that they were the one who took out Maze Hughes, a fact that they were all too happy to reveal. However, the pleasure that Envy took in revealing the secret was quickly scorched by Mustang's anger. With the most cold eyes we've ever seen, Mustang literally burned through all of Envy's extra lives by lighting the homunculus on fire over and over again. Mustang almost lost his sanity as he barbecued the shape-shifting villain, but we can't deny how badass the scene was, even if good old Roy needed to be talked off a metaphorical ledge afterwards. Upon witnessing the loss of his friend, Goku loses his frickin' mind, resulting in an amazing transformation. His pupils disappeared, his veins bulged in his face, and his hair turned blonde. It was jarring to say the least, but much more than that, it was game-changing, leaving every single viewer shocked at the transformation. The rage that Goku felt was more than just a berserker moment. It was now his power that he used to beat up Frieza, an epic fight that still stands as one of the franchise's best. Wait, is that the secret to power? Just ending the life of someone's best friend until they obtain golden hair? Hold on, we'll be right back. We just gotta take care of something real quick. As every Naruto fan knows, sealed deep within everyone's favorite orange-clad ninja is a powerful ancient force, the nine-tailed fox demon. The nine-tailed fox spirit has on many occasions filled Naruto with immense power and immense berserker rage, with perhaps the most prominent example being the final battle of the first Naruto series. Of course, we're referring to Naruto and Sasuke's final clash before the latter left to join Orochimaru. In an attempt to stop Sasuke from leaving, Naruto unleashed the cursed seal's second level, literally surrounding him with an aura of Nine Tails rage that was basically the physical manifestation of his anger and passion for preventing Sasuke's turn to the dark side. Naruto's Nine Tails power showed just how strong his rage could be, and the resulting battle was pretty epic to say the least. With Naruto's berserker power and lots of anime screaming to go along with it, there's no denying how awesome Naruto's rage can get. All Might from My Hero Academia isn't exactly the type of person to go berserk, but he definitely got close in his fight with All For One. In one of the most emotional and badass fight scenes in the series, All Might unleashed his final attack, and we do mean final, in the form of the United States of Smash. What made this scene so freaking powerful was the fact that All Might's true form had been revealed, and it was made clear that One For All was leaving his body. In other words, All Might only had so much time and strength to stop All For One, and boy did he bring it. With the very last of his strength, along with the cheers and encouragement of the people watching, All Might gathered the last of One For All into a massive punch, smashing All For One with the force of all his might. Instead of going berserk with rage, All Might did so with the power of all of those who believed in him. In the world of Bleach, hollows are the souls of the departed that have been transformed into monsters due to looming negative emotions. Though protagonist Ichigo Kurosaki never actually met his maker in the series, he did have his soul separated from his body, and thus it was just as susceptible to becoming a hollow, which is exactly what happened. Though Ichigo attempted to fight it off, his hollification was imminent, the transformation coming to a plateau in his fight with Ulquiorra. With his heart full of rage, Ichigo went full berserker mode, transforming into a hollow version of himself, which is the most metal-looking thing to come out of Bleach, battling Ulquiorra with all of his might. If anime had a favorite reformed Doombringer, it'd no doubt be Vegeta, who went from a merciless villain to a loving father and husband. Sort of. Sure, Vegeta didn't really play along on his family vacation, and he's still the sourest of sourpusses and the king of all grumps, but he does have his moments, like when he reacted to Beerus slapping Bulma. After witnessing his wife get backhanded by the god of destruction, Vegeta completely lost it. He was left speechless and shaking as his mind reeled with rage. Rage that manifested itself as a version of his Super Saiyan 2 form, granting him power that was strong enough to stand toe-to-toe with Beerus. The sweetest and/or funniest part of Vegeta's justified outburst of anger was when he referred to his wife as my Bulma, showing that he really does care. It just takes an act of violence to show it. He's such a romantic, ain't he? Fullmetal Panic follows the life of Sosuke Sagara, a 17-year-old soldier of Mithril tasked with protecting a middle school girl by the name of Kaname Chidori from enemies like his lifelong nemesis Gurren. Sosuke has attempted to defeat Gurren on a number of occasions, thinking he was done for each time, only for him to return once again. The third and fourth times that Gurren returned, we know the guy sounds immortal, led to some of Sosuke's most rage-filled moments. When he and Sosuke mech-dueled on Mithril's submarine, Sosuke won in the end, leading him to curse Gurren with some childlike insults as he supposedly passed away. Unfortunately, Gurren returned a fourth and final time, though this time there wasn't much of him left. In a fit of rage, as Gurren had planned, Sosuke unloaded his gun into him, taking him out once and for all in the kind of rage that Gurren loved to see from him, a bittersweet end for both characters. The law of equivalent exchange states that, in order for something to be gained, something of equal value must be lost. This is the golden rule of alchemy in Fullmetal Alchemist. Father wanted to absorb God, and he paid the price in the form of Ed going ballistic and beating him up with all the rage of humanity behind him. On top of wanting to give Father the beating he deserved, Ed also had another rage fueling him, the loss of his brother Alphonse, who had given up his soul to give Ed his arm back, an arm that he used to punch the snot out of Father, eliciting cheers from the people he was defending. We're not sure we subscribe to the whole Goku's a bad dad shtick, but it's hard to deny that in the moment where Goku gave up against Cell and basically tossed his son into the ring to see if he could defeat him, Goku didn't look like the best father in the world. Ultimately, he was saying that he believed in his son, but the beginning of that fight made it seem as though Goku just offered his son up as a sacrifice to the android villain. That all changed when Gohan witnessed Android 16 pass away, an act that drove him over the edge, filling him with so much rage that he unlocked a new form, Super Saiyan 2. On top of giving Gohan some crazy hair, it also gave Gohan the power to defeat Cell, making for one of the coolest rage moments in all of anime. Okay, how could we not include a show called Berserk in a video about anime's greatest berserker moments? It's in the name, for goodness sake. In fact, because of this, we found it too difficult to choose just one moment from the series to include in this video. So we're just gonna sum up the anime and the badass protagonist Guts to show just how awesome it and the battles it featured were. Guts is known as the Black Swordsman, a wandering warrior who tends to follow his own way, splitting his time between helping those he cares about and just doing whatever the heck he wants. Throughout his travels, Guts gets in a lot of battles, and it's the rageful power of his inner darkness, a force within that drives him to go absolutely crazy in battle and threatens to eat away at his humanity that makes the battles so badass. This moment is a bit different from the rest, a scene from Fullmetal Panic that showed both immense character growth for Sosuke as well as some intense emotion, wherein Kaname Chidori gave Sosuke a haircut, since naturally he wouldn't let his guard down enough to let someone else do it. The moment was very intimate, and Sosuke definitely came out of it knowing more about how he felt about Kaname, even if he didn't realize it right away. However, he certainly realized it later when he received an email stating that his bodyguard assignment had been terminated, leading him to suddenly punch his laptop screen. In that screen-shattering moment, one thing was clear. Sosuke enjoyed the life he had in Japan, and he went absolutely berserk when it was taken away from him. We still have chills from just how powerful this moment was. If you ever wondered what Hellboy would be like if it took place in a high school with a teenaged version of the protagonist, then Blue Exorcist is for you. The series follows Rin Okumura, the son of Satan himself, as he navigates his way through a high school that is training him to become a demon-hunting exorcist. Because he's attending classes with a number of other future exorcists, Rin was told to keep his demonic heritage a secret, keeping his power sealed in order to do so. However, when his friends were threatened, Rin was quick to literally unleash the beast, unsheathing the sword that sealed his power in order to fight off Amaimon, another demon who threatened his classmates. The resulting fight showed just how powerful Rin's demonic powers were. The worst part of this battle, however, wasn't Rin's berserker power, but the aftermath where his friends learned of his demon lineage. At first glance, it doesn't seem like One Piece's Monkey D. Luffy is the type to be so filled with rage or overwhelmed that he'd go completely berserk, but it's happened a few times throughout the series. Yes, beneath the happy-go-lucky exterior of everyone's favorite straw-hatted, rubber-bodied pirate lies the heart of a berserker warrior, at least when he really needs to access his full power in order to fight for what he believes in. One particular example of Luffy completely losing it and unleashing his inner pirate king was in his fight with Katakuri. In this fight, Luffy unleashed his fourth gear power, a form that turned him into a hulking, muscular badass with all black arms and a ton of extra strength. Luffy only breaks out that form when he gets serious, and he was definitely serious against Katakuri, bringing everything he had to the fight. Heck, even before Luffy broke out fourth gear, it was clear he was going to go berserk. The entire point of Broly's character is that he has uncontrollable power. Suffice it to say, Broly is rage incarnate, which is why we couldn't really pick a specific moment from the fights in Dragon Ball Super Broly to showcase his berserker rage, since pretty much every second of the movie's battle was the result of Broly's uncontrollable strength. However, if we had to pick one, it'd definitely be when his father passes away. Even though Paragus was pretty terrible, Broly still mourned his passing, a moment that featured some Oscar-worthy acting by Frieza and turned into a Super Saiyan for the first time. The power that exploded from Broly as a result of this was absolutely epic. Devilman Crybaby is, to put it bluntly, not for the faint of heart. The first episode starts with the main character, Akira, taking the life of every single person in a nightclub after becoming a demon. This is perhaps one of the most main character goes berserk scenes in all of anime, since Akira completely loses himself during his first transformation into the form that had eventually become known as Devilman. Upon becoming possessed by the demon Amon, Akira straight up annihilated everyone in the club, save for his friend Ryo going mad with the new power and presence that had entered and transformed his body. The anime only got crazier from there, since nearly every one of Akira's transformations into Devilman was another example of the protagonist going berserk, usually because he was sad or angry at someone or something getting hurt. And those are some of the most rage-fueled moments in all of anime. Did we leave any of your favorites out? Were you filled with rage right along with the protagonists in these moments? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more anime videos. Thanks for watching!